Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Cam Newton and the New England Patriots versus Sam Darnold and the New York Jets.
It is clear, but it is cold here today as EA Sports takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the New York Jets. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway in Foxborough. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the New England Patriots, led by their 6'5" veteran quarterback, Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile. That's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game ball.
On 1st and 10, Newton. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Well, the second down throw on target, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, here's Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Newton able to get this to his running back, White. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now the second-year punter, Jake Bailey, on for New England. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
Year 3 now of Sam Darnold being the starting quarterback with the New York Jets. And as you might expect, some ups and downs along the way. That's what happens with young quarterbacks. Last year, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, had to play through some sickness and injury. But the Jets really believe in this guy and showed it by upgrading their offensive line in order to get him more protection moving forward.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll throw from the gun. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got Denzel Mims, the rookie from Baylor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Darnold on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And here's the game's number 3 all-time rusher, Frank Gore. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it's caught by Herndon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. They run. It's Gore. He winds up getting only a couple there down to the 29.
He's tackled.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold from the gun. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
On first and goal, Gore. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Darnold now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flush, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Darnold taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point forthcoming.
Extra point.
He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Open man is Myers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First down, here's White. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up second.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Newton throwing again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time, a 9-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Jets take over 1st and 10
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he powers his way up past the 30. There to stop him, Jawan Bentley.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
For the extra point is Folk. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Ballantyne to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Darnold, able to connect with Mims. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Now it's Darnold. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Darnold. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Taken in at the 22. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
32-yard line.
2nd and 2. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Sony Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the draw play. This is White. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Jordan Jenkins.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On first down, Darnold. He gets it left side to Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
brings up
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Darnold completes it, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Patriots 14, Jets 7.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. And here's Darnold to keep it. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But if the assignment gets mixed up, that's the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
It's a gain of
10 more there and another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
On second down, Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
That is caught. It's Perriman. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 2nd down.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Following the penalty, it's Gore. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gore. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Ficken's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
14, Jets 10.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Newton and the Patriots with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll hand this to Michel to get things started. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
26, Sony Michel.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Now it's Newton. Got a man open. That's Harry. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Newton. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards, the pickup there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Newton. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Running out of the gun with White. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 2nd and 1 from the 2. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. taking the give. Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Darnold sacked. A loss of 12 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going up top for Herndon down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Tackle made right at midfield. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. From the 50, it's Darnold. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Darnold to Mims, first down Jets.
A gain of 11 on
one of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Gore. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And that'll set them back 5.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Darnold's pass.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Newton. Throw left side here, taken in by Asiasi, the tight end. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Myers. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and his throw here's incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
33-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Newton throwing again. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On the ground, this is Michel. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Operating from the gun, Newton, and that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense, along with tight end Chris Herndon, heading back out there. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because they just lined up on the line of scrimmage. You either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
Darnold on first down. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Now Folk for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Valentine going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard
back on offense. New York gets set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Darnold from the gun. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. And now it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Second down and 10. Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was an excellent first half from the former league MVP, Cam Newton. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The New York set to take the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. He gets it left side to Johnson. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And that is incomplete. Newton's pass incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On the ground is Michel, and he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York ready to go again offensively. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
on 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, he's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one open downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the 1st down. Well done all the way around.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gore. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the 50, it's Darnold. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
Faking the give, Darnold. He'll air this one out for Mims. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Newton and the Patriots with a 1st and 10 at the 20. The drive starts with a run by White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake to Michel. Now Newton looking middle, and it's incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go.
To throw again. Newton. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To the air again, Newton. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Michel. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On first down, Newton. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to keep it here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. And it's Michel once again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3rd and 2, Newton. This is caught. And the Patriots are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And they will run it with Michel. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has the better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 1-yard touchdown run for Sony Michel. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
This is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
On for the extra point is Folk. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Valentine on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Gore. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tackle made by Lawrence.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 9.
51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 51.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Able to connect with Mims. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Darnold. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Darnold looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
35's the mic.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
35's the mic.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
3rd down.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Darnold to throw again. High throw, but the catch is made. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Tackle made.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Now they snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Cam Newton and the Patriots set to go again on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll keep it on the ground. Michelle. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Down by Marcus May. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Newton. This is White on the screen. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Patriots. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On the ground, this is Michel. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Good for a Patriots.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with White. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
He was brought down by Patrick Onwuasor. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You got nothing. 46 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
On the ground is Michel. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Quinnen Williams on the stop. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Newton on 3rd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. So out now come the Jets. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
He'll set up to throw from the gun. Crowder's got it over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Anthony Jennings in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
3.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Darnold. This is Johnson. He's got it. Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. So after he looked really good early, they haven't been able to find the big tight end as much. What gives?
Well, sometimes that's not in the game plan defensively. They're trying to take away other people, or they weren't expecting him to get off to such a hot start, but now they know he's out there. They've made a few adjustments, surround him with a few more.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And his pass incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Here's Darnold. And that's caught at the 25. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To the air again, Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
Now, fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They run. It's Johnson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Ficking on now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On second down, they'll run with White. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 33. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
10 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check 26, check 26.
On second down now. It's White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll run with Harris. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.